What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mississippi Real Estate Podcast, hosted by Ryan Watson.
And I'm Tripp Spruill, where it's all about real life, real talk, and real estate.
Join us as we dive into the stories, trends, and insider tips shaping the world of Mississippi real estate.
Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or you're just curious about the market, we've got all the insights you need to navigate with confidence. So if y'all are ready, let's get real.
All right, what's up, guys? We are back with arguably probably one of the best podcasts that we've ever done. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Today.
Today is the day. It's just me and you.
It's happening right now.
It's just me and you today.
All right, so what are we going to talk about today? It's just me and Tripp today. Oh, by the way, hey, what do y'all think? What do y'all think of our amazing sign?
I'm excited about the sign, man. Like,
we had it on our last episode, but we hadn't really talked about it. But
yeah, Lake Pickle was the first guest to get the sign involved.
Pretty cool. Mississippi Real Estate.
I gotta say, man, I gotta say, like, first of all, I'd like to say, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please go like and subscribe to the channel.
Please do. Our subscribers are skyrocketing right now.
Yeah.
So we just need to add to that. Y'all need to go and
I feel like our channel is definitely getting some views, and we're seeing the viewership go up. But please go out there and like and subscribe and share. That helps our channel out, helps us reach more folks. So yeah,
we're having an awesome time. It's been really good, man. We've had so much fun.
Well, when you brought, this was all your idea. So when you brought it, you're like, hey, man. After we started doing some videos, you're like, what about a podcast? I was
Let's do a podcast.
Man, I was like, whatever.
And here you are.
And now we got a sign.
Freaking killing it.
Well, no, but
you're killing it.
I feel like we're really official with the sign. So anyway,
I think if you don't have a sign like this behind you, you're not a real podcast.
Okay. I will say, forgive me today if I'm I feel like I got the weather, 80 degrees, 30 degrees, my allergies and sinuses. So hopefully I'm not too congested sounding on this. So anyway.
Hopefully you won't.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome back, guys.
So,
I want to jump into some, we have trouble doing this, but let's talk about some recent successes. I want you to highlight, because you've started off the year strong. So why don't you give us some insight to how your real estate journey has kicked off in 2025?
It's been a great year so far. I mean, it just started. I'm super excited about it. We got a new administration, all the things. Excited to see what they do. But as far as real estate goes in my little personal bubble, man, it's been great. Recently we had 100 acres that were under contract in like literally just 3 days. We had a contract on it. Technically it was 24 hours.
I thought it was sooner than 3 days.
So it took that long to kind of get everybody to agree on all the things and make it all happen. But hey, nonetheless, we're under contract in just a few days, and we're blowing and going, man. We got a survey is actually taking place this week of the property to separate this 100 acres off.
You really get past that, and you're downhill slide from there, buddy.
Yeah, it's all over with after that. So, but I'm excited, man. I can't wait to hear about how these the new buyers are gonna like the property and all the things, and man, just it's gonna be good.
It's not, he's being humble, folks, because you get a 100-acre tract. I mean, I would say primarily we can sell land and commercial and all things real estate involved, but you get like a land tract like that, and you're like, you kind of prepare folks like this could sit a little longer than what a residential house looks like or whatever. You just never know with land, right?
Yeah. But when you're the best there is, it's not hard to sell stuff.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
No, that's true. But I think I told you at the very beginning, like,
I'm totally kidding.
What I thought was exciting for you on this property is that I felt like you were going to get somebody that had a recreational track in mind.
Yeah, I mean, this property was. Well, it's 30 minutes from everywhere.
So it's 45
minutes from everywhere.
Yeah, it's close to people. It's close enough to town where people will be like, man, I can just run up there, go hunt, whatever they're going to use it for. Yeah. I feel like they're going to use it for that. And as soon as man, I mean, the ink didn't even dry on the listing papers, and it's almost like you had
really cool. And
so he's being humble, but folks, this land moved very, very quickly. So we're excited. We're excited about that. That's awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
That. We also got I've got a listing right now, a commercial listing. I've been doing a lot of land stuff here recently, but I've got a land listing over off of Highway 25, just before you get to the Sand Hill exit, literally right there at the corner of Sand Hill 43. Exit right there going to Pisgah. Pisgah High School is like right behind it. We're asking $325 for this property.
That's commercially zoned?
That's commercially zoned. It's a C2. I actually did a video on this. If y'all get a chance to go to my Facebook page and look at it, but I just recently did a video. There's so many things that you can do with this property as far as what business you want to build and what business you want to grow on this property. But I mean, so many different things. You can sell things there. I mean, you can have a grocery store. You can do veterinary clinic if you wanted to. You can do.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, there's so many things. But it's 3.5 acres. It's a beautiful.
Is that still
rectangular property?
I know. Sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're fine.
And I missed where you said it was exactly off 25. Is that still in Flowood city limits?
So it's got a Brandon address.
Okay,
it's Brandon address, but it's I guess it would technically be Pisgah.
Okay, so it's on further up 25 going towards.
Yeah.
Okay,
and everything is growing out that way. I mean, I'm hearing rumors about all kinds of things they're fixing to build out up that way.
Yeah, the crawl's going out towards, Pisgah, Pelahatchie. They're definitely going out that way.
Everything's moving up 25 that way from Flowood. I mean, it's got to. It doesn't have anywhere else to go. You can't go across the reservoir. It's got to move that direction. And we hopefully we'll have us a contract on it soon.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, you're getting some bites, aren't you?
Yeah, yep.
Kind of some interest.
Had a couple of people interested. Shown it a couple times, talked to several people.
In a good spot.
So it's moving a little bit. But what about you, man? What you got going on?
Man, I still got I got a lot listed in Chestnut Hills. That's up there, North Madison, the Livingston area. It's a beautiful lot. It's 3.5 acres. It's just waiting on somebody who's ready to build a home. And it's on the Chestnut Hills has a couple ponds in there, but it's on the bigger fishing lake that they have. It's a fully stocked and managed, I believe, fishing lake.
It's supposed to be springtime. They can get out there.
Man, I'm telling you.
Go do some fishing.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful lake. Chestnut Hills is such a beautiful, just a rolling neighborhood. I mean, it gives you everything that you want as far as space goes and kind of that out in the country feel, but you're still close to things in Madison, and obviously you can ride a side-by-side up to Livingston, and that little Livingston area is so cool, man.
They got a little wine bar area there.
You can do cooking kitchen lessons or whatever. Yeah, that old church. Yeah,
I think there's a Mexican restaurant right there too. What's that Mexican restaurant called?
I can't remember. That you put me on the spot.
It's good though. We ate there not long ago. We had a wedding.
They got a little bit of everything. That little town square there. There were that little town center.
Beautiful area.
Yeah, they have events out there, concerts, and firework displays. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff going on. So it's anyway. So that land is just prime.
Check that out.
Yeah. So Chestnut Hills. That's a beautiful lot. The lot is kind of a pie-shaped lot. So it's a little narrow at the beginning, but it goes out. And it backs up to some. There's private property behind you. So, it's a big tract of land. I don't think you got to worry about anybody being right behind you. But
can you hunt on it? I know it's only 3.5 acres.
No,
not big enough to hunt.
Chestnut Hills is not a very open to deer. No, I would say
That's not a good idea.
No.
my mind's always going.
I know, man.
Somewhere.
Turkey season's got you. I know. 3.5 acres ain't gonna do.
Is there turkeys out there?
Yeah, no. I'm sure somewhere, but no. But it's got a beautiful spot where you can either build on top of the hill, you can do some dirt work, and you can see the lake way up there. And that's where the previous owners, they were going to do. They were going to have a winding driveway up, and they were going to have this big, expansive view of the lake. And their plans just changed because life.
That's the ideal property these days. I mean, everybody wants 3 or 4 or 5 acres.
Yeah.
You know, that they can build a little house up on a hill.
Yep.
Have a long, beautiful driveway. I mean, I don't think that thing should sell quick.
Yeah. Well, we'd like to get all. I mean, like you said, spring's coming, so anybody looking at home build, that'd be a good one to look at. So I got that. But man, I just had the porterhouse closing. What a cool property, dude!
Oh man.
Man, I can't. You know, y'all did a great job with the thank you video and even the listing video or whatnot. But man, the Nell family, they were just.
They seemed like, I met them one time. They seemed like
they were
super people,
top notch people, man. Very, very, very nice folks, very classy folks. And man, the love and the passion they poured into that place. I mean, you're talking about a property that was originally built in 1830 and then the second 1850.
What was
and for it to look the way that it did, man. And all that stuff being pretty much, restored.
And it was actually, it used to be, there was like an original house on the property, which is like the front was that no, the back one was the original.
Was original.
And then they later on
they bought it.
They built a new one on the front, which is still an old house. I think both of them.
1830 was the ones built in 1850.
Yeah, so
years.
Both of them 1800s.
Yep. But you just don't see properties that old that look that good.
No.
And I'm talking about pristine. So the house itself has a story. The Nells had a story. And it's a cool Airbnb in small town USA, Raymond, Mississippi.
What was the story about? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just thought about this. What was the story about the fireplace? Wasn't there something cool with the rocks?
Yeah, so they had
I can't remember, or the stones.
Yeah, so they had these particular stones they were making like headstones for the folks
in the 1800s.
In the Civil War. You know?
Oh
and so they were making headstones out of these, and so the people that were building this house, they were like, man, those are they borrowed. They essentially stole the stones.
I mean, what are you gonna do? That's way past any kind of.
Yeah, and they made this beautiful fireplace out of those. It was a certain type of certain type of limestone. I have to go back and look.
Yeah,
but it was very pretty. It's unique. You don't have that.
It's going to stay in Airbnb, so you can actually potentially, if you're a listener, you might can go stay there and.
Yeah, you can check it out. There was one. Yeah, so some of the stone is in the front house where the Airbnb is, but the other fireplace in the living quarters. I think the new buyer, the new owner is going to live in the back house like the Nells did at first.
Yeah. And
then rent out the front. So yeah, it's going to stay in Airbnb. What a cool man! Look, I'm going to tell you what, that house, it was on the market for about 2 months.
Yeah,
but it was not your everyday home.
We went through the holidays.
We went through Christmas.
Administration change.
Well, I don't think that had anything to do with it, but I mean, we definitely went through Christmas and New Year's. But it needed somebody who's had that experience before. I kind of had, lost out on one, prior to that. That was kind of a bummer. Yeah. So I was really proud to able to get this one offloaded for the Nells, and they love that property, and they wanted somebody to come in to love it as much as they did. And the cool thing is the fact they rent an Airbnb and the new owner's going to use it as an Airbnb. You got these cyclists that come up and down the Natchez Trace, whether they're bike riding, because there's a lot of events and cyclists use that a lot. Yeah. They can stay there. You got people that do the history markers, Civil War, whatever it may be. And then Raymond itself has rich history.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Raymond.
The Raymond, which is a venue there, wedding venue.
Yep, wedding venue primarily. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But man, that one's top 3 for sure. Maybe
was a cool listing.
Yeah, it was a cool listing. You don't get those often. So
I'm bittersweet seeing it go.
It was bittersweet. I think we closed on like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so now, I'll always, like I said in the video, y'all helped me put out. I'll always remember that one. I'll always hold a special place in my real estate career. But
for sure,
man, you just hope maybe you get another one day.
Yeah.
So that's about it. I mean,
I'm sure you will. You always get last year you had several listings, and you always get the coolest listings.
Well, the Butterfield was really cool too. Look, we say real talk, real life, right? So
yeah.
I wasn't able to get that one done. No, that one didn't work out.
It was still cool. I mean,
she's starting to do weddings there again, and who knows? So we'll see. Yeah. Maybe it'll circle back around. That was another very, very cool property. One of those old school Greek revival type architecture. You just don't see that very much. So anyway,
we might if they do a wedding again, we might end up
y'all might
shooting a wedding there.
Y'all shot there before.
Yeah, we shoot weddings and stuff. Yeah.
So anyway, that was So, yeah, that's been my recent success, and hoping that maybe we find some more coming in the spring, man.
Heck yeah. Yeah, y'all give us a call. Yeah. Your trip. We'll, if you got anything that you getting ready to sell, make a move, anything like that, y'all let us know. You want to talk about let's talk about some other listings that we've got for our office. Yeah,
let's get into some of what Weichert has on here.
You want to start off, talk about some?
Well, I think you're starting off on one, aren't you?
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
All right. So one that we have, an office listing we have is 123 Hampton Hills Boulevard. It's going to be in Canton. It's $424,900 is what the listing is, and it's almost 3,000 square foot.
Yeah.
2,959 square foot. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. It's got a pool.
Yeah.
Madison Crossing Elementary is, right around the corner. Germantown High and Middle School is right there. Great listing. That one's in Canton.
Up in Canton, yeah. Man, that one's they've had a lot of showings at that house. Yep. I think some of the feedback
it's in Hampton Hill.
Yeah, I think some of the feedback are concerned. I mean, we're always competing with like new construction and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Seeing some of the feedback is maybe, I think there's maybe some updating, but that happens with an pre-existing house or whatever. Absolutely. But it's still a beautiful property.
Yes, it is.
The backyard is beautiful. Somebody's going to want to jump in that pool before.
Ain't no doubt. I mean, and we're coming up on summertime, so it'd be perfect time.
Yeah, I have a feeling
scoop this house up.
I have a feeling once we get past, once we start getting in spring and people start saying that's gonna.
Oh yeah.
That property's gonna. I have a feeling that property's gonna move for too long.
Yeah. I might go over there and jump in it.
You should do a video where you go in there and jump in it. Yeah. You should do a polar bear plunge video over there.
I saw a recent video. This was hilarious. Just a little side note. It was another agent. Me and you, we're not scared to do videos and be in front of people on social media and stuff. But I don't remember who it was. I'll have to find out, see if we can find this video to it. Anyways, the agent, she was walking around the edge of a pool.
Oh, no.
And she had her notepad, dressed to the T, high heels, everything. And she's walking around. She goes, yeah, we did this. We had this many listings last year. And then she goes, bloop, and falls in the water.
Stepped off in it.
And what's funny is her heels that she had on her high heel, they started floating. And she's just like, what do you do?
Did she go with it?
What do you do? Yeah. It was hilarious, but and there's nothing you can do. She still posted it.
Yeah. I bet she got a lot of clicks.
Her friend posted it.
I bet she got a lot of views.
But it was hilarious. I was like, that would happen to us.
They would remember. Somebody's gonna buy a house because you're the girl that fell in the pool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
There is no bad video, right?
No. Hey, what is it? I've heard this before. I can't get it out of my mouth.
He's gonna go sidetracked on us.
Look, bad publicity is still publicity.
That's right.
So it don't matter what it is. Good content, bad content, still content.
Put it out there regardless.
Yeah. Still good content.
We got one over in so that was over in that's up in Canton area. Canton. We got one that we want to highlight too. It's over in this is in the Reservoir, Rankin County area, 203 Camelot Way in Avalon. Currently listed at $278,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath split plan.
Yep.
1680 square feet. Built 2003. Man, this house has a big backyard, and even it's got a covered porch and then an extended wooded deck. Oh. So really, the backyard is a feature of this property. Avalon sits right there off Old Fenton Road. Excuse me. And Northwest Rankin School District. Of course, you're close to Hartfield.
Great school.
Northwest, right? Yeah, man. I was
both graduated.
That's right.
From Northwest.
Right. Yeah, 2 Northwest alumni up here. Shout out to the Northwest Cougars.
Yeah.
But so that school district, obviously, and then you've got Hartfield down the road, and then you've got Prep,
which is
a little bit further down the road.
Too.
So yeah, close to all that. Yeah. Close to Flowood. close to. I mean, it's central.
What's not to love about Flowood?
So I mean, it's a
Flowood's just a great area.
It's growing. You know,
I think they've got enough chicken joints now.
Yeah. If you can't find a chicken strip in Flowood, you're not looking.
There's something wrong.
Yeah. But anyway, so 203 Camelot Way, that's a really that's a really good neighborhood. That's a great location. If you're looking to buy around the Rankin Reservoir area, you want to look at that one, call us. Or that one, I have a feeling that one won't last long either.
Yeah, any of these that we talk about, if y'all want to go see them, y'all give one of us a call, and we'd love to go show it to you if you have any interest in it, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah.
And by fall, in the market to buy.
And by, you know, we're highlighting a few of these, but like we've got, Weichert has multiple listings.
Yeah, we still have tons of listings that we're not talking about today.
Yeah, we're just trying to we're just kind of pinpointing some around Tri-County area that we that have recently come on the market. We just felt like we could highlight to kind of give you an example of what we got. So, like, check out the websites. You can check out Ryan's website, my website, or the Weichert website. But give us a call.
What was the address again? The one you just talked about?
203 Camelot Way.
Camelot Way. Okay.
We're going to move on to Pearl. We got one over there in Serenity Lake neighborhood. It's 112 Serenity Lake.
Newer neighborhood.
Pearl. That's right. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,831 square feet. Built just 2 years ago, 2023. It's in the Pearl School District, which is an amazing school district.
Pearl's great. My wife actually worked there. Sarah worked there for many years.
Oh, yeah?
She was a teacher there.
Really?
Yeah.
What grade?
And she taught in high school.
You had high school?
She did she was in the special education stuff.
Well, that makes sense.
I know. I know. Trust me, I know. I tell people all the time, I needed her more than she knew.
I'm sorry. I just throwing daggers at you.
Hey, I can take them.
I know, man.
I can take them.
I did not.
Don't worry, I'm going to throw some back.
I know. I think that's a fun fact about your wife / our producer that I did not know.
Right.
Well, good for you.
She was a teacher.
For having the patience to be a teacher. I could not do that job.
And we went straight from, you know, y'all we'll chase a squirrel in a minute on here. But
we're chasing squirrels right now.
We're going to do it. Yeah.
We're supposed to be talking about real estate, and we're talking about...
we're talking about squirrels.
Yeah. That's cool, too. Anyway,
back on track.
112 Serenity Lake is out in Pearl.
It's in Pearl.
Great neighborhood. Yes, great school district. Man, Pearl.
And it's not far from that brand new cut-through road right there.
Yeah.
That you can go from Flowood to Pearl. Airport's right there.
You're close to everything.
Jump on a plane.
Yeah.
Skedaddle.
It's a split floor plan too. Anyway, that's a really, really cool one. So y'all check that one out. And then the premier property that we wanted to highlight in this session. Yeah, you got that one.
I know.
Tell them about the big boy.
So
y'all, this one
this
here,
is a cool house.
This is an eye catcher.
It's a cool house. It's 106 Cheecott Cove, and it's in Bridgewater.
Yep.
And y'all over in Ridgeland. Backs up to the lake. Beautiful. It's a 5-bedroom, 6-bath. It's got 5 full baths, 1 half bath. They're asking $1.2 million for it.
Yep.
Awesome house.
Yep.
So if y'all are interested in it, please let us know.
Yeah.
I'd love to go show it to you. I mean
the view.
You can't ask for more.
The backyard, again, some of these houses were like 203 Camelot Way has a great backyard. 123 Hampton Hills has a great backyard with the pool in it, and then you've got 106 Cheecott Cove.
Mm-hmm.
You've got water view. You're sitting there grilling. You got the water there. There's nothing more common than having water around.
Yeah, and like we keep highlighting too, it's fixing to be spring.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful weather.
Everybody likes to
soon.
be. Yeah, everybody's going.
Well,
if you want to be around water, this is a good one to have. Now look,
yeah,
we got to recognize the price point is a little higher, but I think we've given a good spread here. We've got everything from in the 200s all the way up to $1 million house. But
that's right.
If you're in the market for that value type of house, this one needs to be looked at because this is a beautiful home.
Serious inquiries only. We can't just go show everybody the house.
We definitely need some pre-approval stuff.
Yeah. So, but if you're in the market to go look at it, y'all please let me or Tripp know, and we'll go show y'all.
Yeah,
for sure.
So again, like I said, this is we have more than 4 listings available in the Weichert brokerage. But we just wanted to highlight these 4 to kind of give you a snapshot of what we have go around the Rankin, Madison, Ridgeland area. You know, that being said, speaking of today's current market, not much has changed.
Yeah, talking about the market. Yeah, and
interest rates are still kind of hovering around 7-ish, maybe 6, 8.
It's not looking like they're going to change much.
No,
not looking like they're going to change much. Not like drastically or big time. I don't really, and everybody that we've talked to, you know, and we'll talk about our mortgage guy that we had on recently in just a minute, but yeah, I mean, he's seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not looking like a big change.
I think, you know, you keep highlighting the new administration, and I think it's
going to take a minute to trickle down.
Yeah, I think it's worth saying that it's going to take some time before you see that anything that they do or change or set forth, whatever, it's going to take some time. So, you know, I feel like if we could just come off the 7s just a little bit, buyers' confidence will go up a little bit.
I'm afraid that if we do get, you know, in below 6, I think the market's just going to be just flooded with sellers.
Ooh. I don't know. You know, I kind of go back with Adam Black.
I think there are so many people.
Remember how Adam Black said in that podcast, like finding the baseline. I think that's where
I see that.
I think we'll have some people that I think we're going to have more buyers enter, like he says. The rates go down, more buyers are going to enter.
Yeah.
Sellers are still holding on. I mean, like myself, 2 and 3% interest rates. That's tough, you know. But
I don't think we'll ever see that again.
No, but I think
we could. I mean, we tariff enough people.
I think we talked about
around the world.
might. Golly.
You know what I mean?
I think we're going to see. I hope we see it I hope we see it soften and or level out around. You know, I think we're going to get used to into mid 6s.
6s, yeah.
And so anyway, what's that mean? Like sellers don't freak out, right? Like if you've got a house currently listed. We've got, you know, we've got numbers showing that houses are staying longer on the market. Yeah. That doesn't mean that houses aren't moving. Yeah. They're just staying longer on the market because the interest rates you know, inflation is still affecting a lot of things, and of course that affects interest rates, and interest rates are still affecting the way, you know, buyers' confidence and whatnot. So not a whole lot of change there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So,
but things are picking up.
Man, we're getting in spring. It's always going to pick up. People are at the end of the day. People are still buying and selling.
I got a listing coming up this end of this week.
Yeah,
I think Friday. Can't talk about it yet.
Nope.
Where it is and what it is.
Nope.
I've got one coming up, so y'all keep following along.
Stay tuned
on our Facebook pages and all the things, and you'll know about that one. But I can't tell you it's a house. It's a house.
We got off the land.
Yeah.
Good.
So. But we do it all. We'll sell land, commercial, residential, whatever.
That's right. Maybe even some insurance.
Well,
I will.
You
won't. No, you'll sell a duck call.
I'll sell a duck call.
And some photos.
In a heartbeat.
Let's talk about some current events.
Yeah, what's coming up around
town?
Around town.
Springtime's. Well, we got a glimpse. Everybody got a little like false spring last week. It was feeling good. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we go back to
you got to cut your grass because the grass grew a little bit, or weeds.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that's grass.
But now we got back to cold, which I don't mind. But anyway, spring's coming up.
I'm glad because I'm not ready to cut my grass.
Yeah,
not ready.
No. So anyway,
what's happening around town?
All right, so February 28th, Crew to Roo is kicking off. That's a gumbo festival. It's hosted at the Rankin The Rankin County Chamber of Commerce puts it on. Yeah. I think it's actually the youth leadership that it benefits through the Rankin Chamber.
Yeah.
You've
done something there before.
Yeah, so I know this event really well. I was actually in the leadership class, the Rankin Chamber leadership class 3 years ago now. That's crazy. It doesn't seem that long. But 3 years ago, I went through the leadership class, and we helped the youth leadership put on this event. And y'all, this is February 28th. The doors usually open
Put that in the calendar. February 28th.
They have
something.
It's a gumbo cook-off, and these companies and local businesses, they'll put together cooking teams, and you can do it as an individual too. You don't have to be a part of a company, but a lot of companies
enter into the competition.
Yeah, they enter into the competition. They do a gumbo cook-off. There's a live band. They have a king cake eating competition, which makes my stomach hurt thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know if I love king cake.
Yeah,
but I can only handle just.
They have an old classic car show at the front of the Brandon Amphitheater. Mm-hmm. So if you're into classic cars, you can go through and look at that. Or if you have a classic car, you can put it into the show. Yeah. And this thing goes from like 8 to like, I don't know, 3 or we'll get the times on there, but we got some time. But February 28th, Crew to Roo Gumbo Festival at the Brandon Amphitheater. Go check it out. Go taste the gumbo. Go see what local businesses are. Support your local.
I know I'm going to eat some gumbo.
Yeah. It's fun.
I love some gumbo. You can't beat a good thick gumbo.
Yeah, it's a good time, and you can't beat the last
fellowship.
The last 2 years, the weather has actually been pretty good. Yeah. And the year that I was doing leadership 3 years ago, oh my gosh, it was. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Sometimes you got to put on your thermals to go out there. It was cold.
Yeah. But hey, I mean,
But people were ready to
get a good warm gumbo. No. It's like a good.
Well, people are starting to get ready to be outside again. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that kind of kicks off spring.
They've been hunkering down for the winter.
Then March 1, so March 1st and the 2nd at the Clyde Muse Center over in Pearl, they're having the Home Builders Association of Jackson's home show, spring home show. And another good event if you're looking to go check out local builders, suppliers, if you're looking to do home renovations.
Yep. Great place to learn about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, look, the HBAJ does a good job of putting this thing on. They've got great displays and tents. You'll have you got all kinds. You'll have folks that supply lighting, fixtures. I mean, wood, anything, accented wood.
If you build with it, they're gonna be there.
Anything involved with a house. Yeah. There's going to be people there for you. Yeah. So check out the home show March 1 and 2nd. That's a good. You're looking for something to do, get out of the house. That's a good thing to go.
March 1st and 2nd. Put that on the calendar.
Yep, that's it. What about
my turn?
Yeah. What about in April?
Oh, in April. So April 5th. Let me pull up all the details here.
Yeah, get your details.
Because I went on Facebook and I found it and I clicked on that I'm interested.
But you didn't say you're going.
I'm interested.
Okay. Yeah, that's like.
I mean, you can't go to everything.
That's true.
But what I'm talking about, it's April 5th. Put this in your calendar. It's Saturday. It's going to be at 9 a.m. It's called the 2025 Crawfish Crawl 5K and Festival.
Do you have to?
And I believe it's. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You tell the details. Sorry.
So it's an event. The event is by Brandon Main Street Association, and it's going to be in downtown Brandon, so in the historic area down there where the big statue is and everything, downtown Brandon. So many things have happened down there. I love that area.
That's a cool area.
There's just so much to do.
Yeah.
In that area now.
They're doing a good job of revitalizing
absolutely
that whole area.
Also, it's sponsored by the 5K start and finish line is sponsored by Performance Therapy.
That's your buddy.
Yeah. My boy old Spencer over there. Yeah. Man, everything Performance Therapy, they do such a great job.
We met Spencer too when we were in the leadership class. He's a good dude. Yeah. And he's got it going on with Performance
one of the
Therapy.
owners over there.
Yeah.
Great guy. The race begins at 9 a.m. I'll just read a little bit of this to you. With a run and walk through downtown Brandon's flat and hilly terrain. It's going to start over on Marianne Drive at 8 a.m. And it'll end at Brandon First Methodist Church, Bell Tower. Actually, yeah, I believe that's right. Y'all go check that, make sure. But that'll be a cool thing, man. Crawfish Crawl, 5K race. Yeah.
I would venture to say you don't have to run the 5K to be a part of it.
I'm not running it. I'll go, but obviously y'all can tell I'm not a runner.
Man, so you put crawfish.
I need to be, but I have been losing weight. I've been losing weight. I've been.
You put crawfish in front of anything in an event, and people are gonna show up.
Oh yeah.
I don't even.
I mean, I don't think you can't be from the South and not like crawfish.
don't really like them.
You don't like crawfish?
I don't really like them. I prefer.
I might have throw some arrows at old Tripp.
Listen, I always try them. I always taste what other people got going on.
Do you like shrimp?
I love shrimp. So if you've got crawfish, and shrimp in a pot, and they're
eat the crawfish?
I'll go for the shrimp every time.
You won't eat the shrimp if they're in a crawfish?
No, I'll eat the shrimp.
You will eat the shrimp.
Yes. I don't care they're mixed in with the crawfish. I'm just telling you, I'm going for the shrimp over the crawfish.
I figured you'd be a crawfish eating fool.
I mean, I got friends that'll eat
I'm
I'm
learning something new about my boy Tripp.
I eat them. I just don't eat them at the amount that some of my buddies do. I got some buddies that will sit there and they'll order, 2 to 3, 4 pounds of this stuff, and I'm just like, I'll take a handful and I'll be good, but I move on to the shrimp. I can eat a lot of shrimp.
So here's the deal. We got to get you into turkey hunting.
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
And we got to get you to eat some crawfish.
I eat crawfish. I just said I did.
You're just not a bunch.
Not a bunch.
Okay.
I sample when the first batch comes out, I'll pick on them. Second batch comes, I'll pick on them. Third batch comes, I'll pick on them. Now if the shrimp are in there, I'm gonna get full off shrimp.
What about have you ever had a boiled egg?
Yeah.
In crawfish?
No.
No.
I bet.
It's kind of like they're kind of like the.
I bet the flavor gets in there. I can see.
They're kind of like mushrooms in there. You like the mushrooms?
I hate mushrooms.
Oh my gosh!
It's a texture thing for me.
Oh my gosh!
We can get into that later.
All right, I'm learning all kind of things about you.
Crawfish. So the crawfish crawl, man. Hey, look! Don't eat your crawfish before you go run the 5K.
Yeah.
Oof, that'd be. Gross.
Yeah, because if you get to mile whatever a 5K is,
you may not even get to the mile.
You ain't gonna make it there. Yeah. How far? How far is a 5K?
3.1
miles.
3.1 miles.
Hey, we walked 2 miles yesterday, didn't we, Sarah?
Yeah.
Almost 3.
You was a little short of a 5K.
You
could walk it.
I could crawfish crawl it.
Look, here's what happens at a 5K. They'll have a kids fun run. That's 1 mile. Yeah. Then kids usually they sprint that joker. Yeah. And you're like, they ain't gonna make it, and they come across, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
they did it.
Yeah, some of them will walk the last, but there's a lot of them that'll sprint that joker. I mean, in a hot second, just
no time. Yeah.
Then you have the walkers tend to go before the runners.
That'd be me.
You can walk the 5K if you want to. So you say you don't run it, but you can walk it. Can I just
hop in my truck?
No, that's cheap. Also on April 5th. We're going to move on from that.
I feel like there's people that
we're
feel the same way I do about 5Ks that are listening.
Yeah, probably so. Also on April 5th, if you're not around the Brennan area, but you're up around Ridgeland, you can catch the annual Township Jazz Festival.
Oh, yeah. Or you can just hop and skip.
Yeah, you can go to Brent, yeah.
And then, because that's in the morning.
Yep.
And then jump over to
over there. I feel like both of these will go for a majority of the day. But
say that one more time.
18th Annual Township Jazz Festival, and it's going to be hosted by Fusion Coffee House and the Township of Colony Park up in Ridgeland. So the township's up there around, Renaissance area and all that stuff. They're going to have everything out there too. They're going to have bouncy houses, vendors, they'll have food stuff, and they're going to have a lot of music. So then you can get out there and then just enjoy it. Hopefully this will be
April 5th. You shouldn't be.
Yeah, if you're looking for something to do, you should be able to find it.
No doubt.
Yeah. And then to round up, I guess April. I don't want to get too far events out, but old Dragon Boat Regatta.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That is cool. So you weren't with Weichert last year.
I wasn't, but I heard all about it.
When we had a dragon boat team in there. That's April 12th.
Were you in the boat?
Oh my gosh.
Were you in the boat?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I'll never do it again.
What?
Hang on.
I feel like everybody's doing.
It's not this. It's.
You're doing this?
It's single. No, that's swimming. It's single. You're off the side. You're on one side. Let me get into that. Hang on a second.
Okay,
April 12th. Yeah. April 12th.
I want to hear about this.
April 12th.
Your experience.
April 12th, Dragon Boat Regatta at Old Trace Park. That's on the Madison side of the reservoir. And it's put on by the Madison Chamber. So this is another chamber event, but it's the Madison Chamber of Commerce. And look, you can have teams. You don't have to be a business again, but businesses will sponsor and get a team, individuals. They have live music. At least they did last year. The food trucks. It's just outside fun for everybody.
Yeah,
and plus,
outdoors.
You don't have to. You can just watch them. So these dragon boat regatta things. I mean, I didn't realize how thin they were. They're literally no wider than this.
You got to be able to zip through the water just flying.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Time out. So you were on a boat.
I was on a boat. They taught me into it last year.
And you were paddling.
I paddled. And you have to be.
Tell us about this experience.
So, like, I missed the practice.
Let's just get off in this for just a second. I want to hear about this experience.
So, I thought, man,
How far did you go?
I can't remember how far it is. It's like a quarter. I mean, you're going.
Well, I guess you're not watching. You're backwards. Your back's to it. You're paddling.
No. You're forwards. You're looking forwards. You're doing it like a canoe.
Okay. I thought that was a kind where there's like a one head dude in the front.
There is.
Telling everybody row.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
You got the guy in the front beating a drum for the rhythm.
Was there a drum
and
going?
then, yeah. And then you've got the guy in the back.
Oh my gosh.
You got the actual experienced guy in the back, the rudder guy.
So was this drum like do like?
No, it's
or was it?
It's supposed to be more of like a pace, like a row and a row. Yeah. So it wasn't quick. Now, when you got closer to the end,
I'm trying to help our listeners or our viewers who've never heard of this before or never seen anything like this. Paint a picture of it.
So paint a picture of this. It's a long, slender canoe that has about 14 people on it, I guess. I don't even know.
And you were one of them, and there's a dude playing drums in the front of the boat.
And so you've got, you literally have no, I mean, you are shoulder to shoulder with the person to your right or the left, wherever you're sitting in the boat. There's no room for movement. When
if you got to go to the bathroom, you just go right where you're at.
You hopefully aren't in that boat that long because they're not comfortable, man. You got a wooden seat you're on. Your feet are like wedged up in the front and back.
So you, yes or no, you did go to the bathroom on yourself?
No,
while you're in there?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I made sure we were fine before we got in the boat.
I'm just curious.
You got to.
I'd be so nervous.
The thing about it is that the race part is the easy part. Well, the race part is the easy part as far as keeping the boat level. When you get off in that boat and people start getting in there, dude, people were sinking the boats at the seawall.
What?
The water comes in this thing. It's over the wall. The reservoir
and if you sink it, you're done. That's it.
Well, no, you can pick the boat back up and dump it out, and then you got to get everybody back in there. Look, we got out there one time.
Y'all just gonna have to come watch it this year.
Yeah, you need to see it. But we got out there one time.
Tripp's not gonna be in a boat.
I'm not doing it this year.
I'm not doing it
We
either.
went out there one time and we're getting ready to race, and you race like 3 other boats. So you got 4 going at one time, right? And we're going out there, and a boat starts coming off the seawall, and they're coming out, and you can hear the drummer boom, boom, because like the rudder guy tells you 2 to the left, 3 to the right. So you're like row, so 2 to the left, like row, row. And you get going,
and then you stop, and they do 3 on this side.
Yeah, whatever. He's the one that's so you can keep the boat.
You move to this side, so it's
no,
three this
you
side.
You got somebody. You're in a boat.
So there's 2 side by side.
Listen,
Linda. Listen, Linda.
You're not listening.
All right,
it's a big long canoe.
Big long canoe.
You got one person here, and you got one person here,
side by side.
Side by side. So you may be on the left side or right side. The rudder guy will tell the left side of the row how many strokes.
Gotcha.
And he'll tell the right side. He's keeping you.
So you don't have to swap back and forth. So you're just wearing out that
you
one
could
side.
You could not do this race because you can't follow instructions.
I can't. I'm not. I'm not.
So you're listening to your rudder guy tell you how many times you paddle. Right. That's just to get you to the line. Now, when the race goes, everybody's paddling to the beat of the drum. It ain't got nothing to do with the rudder guy unless he tells you you're out of. Unless you're out of unison, he'll tell you like paddles up, and then he'll be like all together, and then you try to get back on. Because let me tell you something, you're not that far from the person in front of you. So if you're off with them, you're hitting their paddle, which causes you to be off with it, and you're hitting their paddle. Look, it turns into something.
So were you hitting other people's paddle?
The first race was pretty bad.
You were hitting everybody's
paddle.
The
second race, we locked in pretty good and we came second. And then on our final race, we actually made it.
So did you hit people's paddles?
Yeah, the first race I did.
So you
didn't
follow instructions too.
But they were hitting my paddle too. Okay. Everybody was hitting paddles. Then the third race, we really got locked in, but we just were gassed. Look, I thought, hey, I'm in fairly good shape. This is going to be easy. I was going to the gym. I was doing extra stuff. Working out. I was on the row machine.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing
row machine
tore
don't help in this game.
thing tore my whole backside up, and it hurt for like a week after that.
I don't even know why they call that a row machine.
I don't either. But anyway,
I know you do rows.
Well, because you're rowing with it. But anyway, Dragon Boat Regatta, super fun. If you've never experienced it before, like rowing the boat, I do recommend that you do it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not repeating this.
You've already done it.
I did it.
You got a T-shirt.
We did get a T-shirt. Weichert Warriors.
Weichert Warriors.
And the funny thing was, I was watching people, because it gets rough out in the reservoir, and those boats don't sit that far off the water. So if you're not and look, you have to have the paddles in the water to steady you.
I feel like
and if you don't steady the boat, you can fill it with water and you're going under.
I feel like they need somebody in the back just scooping up water and throwing it out.
Yeah.
Because, that drags you if you got water in there.
Well, and people paddle and they throw it up in there too. So, crazy.
That would be my job. One job, just scoop water, Ryan. All you do, just scoop water out.
We've already determined this podcast episode, you couldn't be on the boat.
I'm not doing it.
Well, you could.
I couldn't do it.
I know. Anyway.
We'll stick to real estate. All right.
Yeah. Current events. So that's what you got going on. Crew Home Builder Show, Crawfish Crawl, Township Jazz Festival, and Dragon Boat Regatta. We'll remind y'all some more of these.
Yep.
As we continue on. So
that's gonna be fun. Something to do with the family, stuff to do with the family, and go have fun and be outside.
Spring fever, man, it's coming.
Yep. Stop all your spring cleaning.
Yep. And
let's talk about the last few weeks.
It's been fun, dude.
With our all of our guests that we've had on.
Yep.
Man, it's been really cool. I've gotten to meet some cool people. You've gotten to meet some cool people.
Yep.
We got cool people coming in the future.
Yep. Yeah, we'll plug him at the end. But man, we'll start. Our first guest was David Ostrander. What a way to kick off a Mississippi
cool guy, man.
Real estate podcast, but with the CEO, the new incoming CEO of Central Mississippi Realtors. Yep. And man, I just thought, I think our goal in this whole deal is to I told somebody at CMR training this past Monday that they're putting on. Yeah. She was asking us about the podcast, and told her we're having fun with it. But
Summit.
Yeah, the Summit. Yeah. The Summit training that David is actually putting on. 6-week class. There's 4 weeks left. By the time this airs, there'll be 3 weeks left.
Right.
But it's been really good, man. He's got a lot of knowledge to share, and I think he's trying to bring back, or not bring back, but like just have CMR highlighted that, hey, this is for realtors. Yeah. And like there's brokers out there that don't get the training we might get at Weichert on every week. Absolutely. And that's what he's trying to do for these smaller boutique types.
And by the way, we're both Tripp and I are both in this Summit class.
Yeah.
I had to miss, unfortunately, yesterday's. But it's really cool. It's really cool. If you're a realtor and you want to just learn some new things, or even if it's stuff you already know, just to kind of keep that at the forefront of your mind, growing your business. That's what it's really about.
Yeah, it's for there's no like this is for newbies, this is for it's for everybody.
Yep.
And
it's really cool. We're having a lot of fun.
Just learning, always want to take away. And I think that's what I was trying to say with our podcast. Yeah. Like I was telling that girl that asked her that how our podcast was going, and I said we want it to be, it's going good, we're having fun, but we want it to be a community for everybody. And that's realtors included, because she was like, oh, cool, I didn't think. I was like, yeah. I was like, we want people who think they want to get in real estate, we want them to see, so they get an idea. People who are new, they can hear our experiences, learn off, or even seasoned folks. Maybe, hopefully we'll get some seasoned folks that'll start, giving us some feedback, and some have, and start dropping comments and what they want to hear. Maybe there's something they want to get brushed up on, or we all learn off each other on the day. But David was, man, there was so much he dropped in that pipe. If you didn't catch that episode with David,
go back and watch it or listen to it. It was really good. We had a great time.
The prospecting message he gave was just on point.
I took a lot of things from that. I hope y'all took some things from that too, our listeners out there, from that episode if you did watch it, because we surely took a lot from it. I went straight home and started sending messages and doing all kinds of things. Yeah.
You did. I think I did more work on like forming the list, and you actually just went right into the action.
I mean, just learning the difference between prospecting and direct marketing, direct touches, you know, to clients or future clients, whatever. Man, it was so good.
Yeah.
So good information.
It was good. And then we parlayed that into the next. I mean, we've been interviewing, boom, boom, boom.
Know,
so and then we had our broker on.
We were due for one of just me and
you. Yeah,
you.
we need
sit
to
here and hang out and talk about some stuff we got going on.
Yeah, well, we want to get some local market stuff in there, but we had Clay next. Clay Parker.
Clay was on there. Yep.
And that was really cool to hear, you know, his story about how he, you know, he didn't really involve in real estate. He's, like he said, he's born into it almost. His dad's been in it for a long time. So it was just really cool to hear how Weichert came about.
Absolutely. And how it felt like, you know, I remember one thing that he talked about where it just felt like, I mean, it was homey, and I don't remember how he put it, but
the culture they had.
Yeah, the culture they had was just family. It felt like family.
Yeah.
And it is still family owned.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He talked about.
Yeah,
that.
He liked the culture of the.
I don't know if I said that the right way, but it was cool to hear. And that's one thing
that he was looking at to do as a boutique,
right?
Like a smaller brokerage. Weichert offered, and he was like, "Well, this makes sense, pretty much."
Yeah.
The family-owned part was ice on the cake,
and that drew me to it too.
Yeah, because he was really interested in the stuff he wanted to use for like, I always say we say back office, but CMR stuff or you know, or your CRM stuff, you know, to keep up contact. Like he was really looking for what they had already, and so that was really cool.
Yeah, we had a great. I think he had one of our highest views.
Yeah. Shout out
to Clay, man. He freaking killing it.
Bringing in the audience.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Who was after Clay? Yeah.
Adam Black.
Adam Black. Man, what a freaking
that
awesome
was fun.
Dude. What an awesome dude.
Bullfighting.
Adam, who'd have known?
Who'd have known bullfighting? Man, we could have talked to Adam for 3-4 hours. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we need to go.
He was like David, man. He dropped so much, like, you know, obviously we always ask who these guys are, how they got into it, but man, he's the industry knowledge.
He's Adam. If you didn't watch that episode, Adam is a mortgage specialist.
Yeah.
So many different things, but just a plethora of information on financial things.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, what didn't you catch from him? We cast such a broad net with him. There's no doubt that we could get him back and focus in on a product or just one lane, but like the fact that you know hearing his success stories and then how social media as a, you know, he'll tell you like going into his 50s and where he thought he was aged out. We're like, he's killing it on social media.
Oh yeah,
he put out 2 or 3 yesterday.
And I mean, he's all over the place online, and that speaks volumes. I mean,
And then he's got that divorce mortgage specialist or whatever.
He's the only divorce mortgage specialist. Adam, I hope we're saying this right.
Yeah, I hope so.
He's the only one that deals with divorce stuff who are certified.
Well, he got certified. He got an acronym behind his name or something.
Which is needed. And I talked about that.
I didn't even know there was a thing until he said that.
I didn't either.
You know, whatever. So anyway, Adam was, dude, he was so fun to talk to.
Awesome. I want to go turkey hunting with him. Adam, we need to go turkey hunting, by the way.
Everything we do, you bring in the turkey hunting.
Look, I got hunting
on the brain. I'm telling you, my deer have left and your turkeys have entered.
Hey, March is coming, baby.
He is an avid outdoorsman. He apparently likes to chase those birds as much as you do. But man, the bullfighting thing.
Oh yeah, the bullfighting.
Golly.
I put a few pictures in there on that episode of him, you know, just getting chased by bulls. And
my biggest thing from that was, you know, he did that not knowing what he wanted to do in life. And then old boy told him after he got run down by that bull the first time, he said, you can leave here, you can get in that truck, or you can stay.
You just did something that nobody else ever
do, or you can stay. And his takeaway from that, and still this day, is get back in there.
Yeah.
And he got back in there when I was like, I'd have been in the truck. Say goodbye.
Yeah. Great life.
That's an awesome story, man. Yeah.
Life.
So that was we had loads of fun with him, and then man, we followed it up last week.
Had our boy Lake Pickle.
Your buddy Lake Pickle.
Yep. Lake was great to have on. I wish we'd have dug more into OnX.
Yeah.
Because he's a market manager for OnX. And if you're a real estate agent and you know anything about OnX, or if not, if you like to hunt and you're listening, man, on X just so many great things.
Yeah, we need
I
to.
wish we got into that more.
Maybe he'll circle,
we'll have him back on.
Yeah, maybe he'll circle back with
Lake
us, and we can
back.
just kind of focus in on Onyx and what they got going on. Yeah. I don't want to speak on it without him being here. But
yeah, absolutely. But we talked about what all we talked about. Talked about some hunting.
We talked about
his
hunting.
time at Primo's.
Yeah.
We talked about his podcast that they have.
I didn't bring up my little giddy he gave me a shout out on Instagram, so I'll bring it up now.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, remember I remember he was doing he was doing something a couple years back. I think it was the first. Yeah, it was 2022-ish, I think. And I say that because my father had just passed in 2021. Yeah. And it was the following deer season. It was the first buck I killed on my dad's place after his passing. So it was a little emotional.
Oh, I imagine.
But it was it was a big 6 point. And I remember Lake was running this thing on Instagram because I follow him. He was highlighting 6 points. You got a big 6 point. Yeah, I'll give you a picture. Yeah.
We'll put that
if you got a big 6 point highlight, 6 point season, and he had all these hashtags, and I did it. And he gave, he responded back, and I was like, oh, that was cool. And so that was my only Lake Pickle story until I finally got to meet him. So it was good for me. I enjoyed meeting him just because, I follow those guys. If you're an outdoorsman, hunting shows and people like that, and they just have interesting backgrounds and how they get
like he was saying, when you do something all year, every year, all the time,
you get really good.
You get really good at it, and they're good at it.
They're very good.
And so there's just so much to learn from those guys.
Yeah.
Because that's their job. They get out there and they go and hunt and they video hunts
and them becoming land realtors makes sense. Because they're on boots on the ground all the time, there's sometimes I feel like I'm a good avid outdoorsman, and then you meet somebody like Leighton, you're like, I'm not that big of an outdoorsman. I call myself an outdoorsman.
An elk? What is that?
Yeah. Man, I would say my biggest thing is the plant, trees. I'm like, yeah, that's an oak tree. I don't know which one. A white oak. I know what a white oak is. And red oak.
Eat those.
But they'll be like, you do it too. You've impressed me with your
But you got to understand, I'm a weirdo with plants.
No,
and stuff.
I've understood that.
Like this is a fiddle leaf fig. This is a fiddle leaf fig right here. It's fake.
Oh my God, that's plastic.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But
what a cool we've had. If you would have told me when we started this podcast, if you would have told me a year ago we were going to have a podcast, I'd have said no.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have believed you. But
and here we are.
And look, and
we're having a great time.
I am having fun with you, so I'm glad you brought this up. I'm glad you asked me to tag along with you in this journey. But if you would have told me who,
I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
Well, I appreciate it. But if you'd I'm telling you, if you would have told me who our guest would have been,
be like, no,
whatever, I wouldn't have thought.
Whatever.
No, man. I mean, you get. I feel like we came out of the gate. Yeah. I think we wanted to show people we're serious about this.
Yeah.
And we're gonna continue.
We've got lots of cool people planned for the future. Matter of fact, since we were just talking about Lake, I'll go ahead and say that we have scheduled for our next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
We've got Jordan Blissett coming on.
Man,
who is he also was with Primo's.
Yep.
Does so many things, and I don't want to kill it for the episode.
Yep.
I will let him talk about himself and all the things, but I know we're going to talk about land management.
Yep.
So if you're a hunter and you want to get some cool little pointers on land management on your property or fixing to buy a property or whatever, if you are, call me or Tripp and we'll but yeah,
we'll let Jordan manage it. We'll sell it to you.
Exactly.
I'm excited about Jordan being on, man, especially right after Lake, and they're buddies too.
Yep.
And
they do the podcast to speak the language together. Man, I can't wait. I don't even want to tell him all the people we got coming in the future, but it's gonna be good.
It will be good. And but look, guys, we're here. This podcast is I would say established now. I mean, we got a sign.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a sign, it's a real deal.
We're looking to grow this thing, guys. We want y'all to come along with us, even if you don't. I know that sometimes our podcasts we try to hit around 45 minutes is what we're just trying to tell you what our parameters are, and sometimes we go an hour or whatnot. The conversation's good. Yeah. If you can't finish the episode, just jump back in there. But the important thing is, again, just like, subscribe, follow the channel. And if you have questions, Yeah, I mean, we want y'all to be, we want this to be interactive. We want it to be a community. So if you have questions, ask us something about the market, something local, or leave us a comment, and we'll talk about whatever you got.
Good, the bad, and the ugly. We don't care. We're not doing this for. We're doing this to help people and meet new people and let y'all get to meet them and listen to all things pertaining to real estate. And so. That's our biggest thing. We just want to help people and have a good time doing it. And
that's about it. You got any outgoing messages before we close this thing up and get going with the rest of our day?
Yeah. So, not really.
That's pretty much it.
Not really. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, we did.
But anyways, y'all, thank you so much. And like Tripp said, we can't thank y'all enough for watching our stuff. But please go and subscribe. It would mean the world to us because the more subscribers we got, the more people we can help, and the more we can get our this information out there, and just love on the world and everybody who's listening. So from the bottom of my heart and Tripp's heart, thank y'all again for listening to our show. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Peace out.